Alright, there's been some disastrous fourth quarter choke jobs, and I just talked about how bad this homestand has been for the Kings, but I didn't expect it to get even worse. They had control of this game from the start of the quarter, being up 16, and even in the last 3.5 minutes, they were still up 10, but give credit to the Pistons, because their defensive effort was consistent throughout. It was showing on their reds, hedges, ball pressure, or rotations, and those were putting the Kings into some late clock situations. They just have a couple of the best closers and Monk, so they made some tough shots on ones, but the Pistons still got crucial stops even on mismatches, and more importantly, they made their own tough shots, especially Beasley. Even though he came off those screens pretty clean for his 3 trays down the wire, the Kings still got a contest on him, and I'd consider those good D better O. But that was the start of the momentum shift for Ivy to run up his 6th straight, and this was when it all went south for the Kings, because they could have just fouled prior to his 4-point play. That's probably the only thing that Mike Brown can be blamed for, but it was still on Fox to be aware of the situation, and he wasn't, so that quick lapse of ball-washing Beasley caused him to overreact to Ivy in the corner. That's not in Mike Brown's control at all, and neither was Debo fumbling the rock at the end of the Nuggets game, so his firing just confirms how bad the state of coaching is in the league. Even though some of the criticisms of certain coaches are valid, there's still the scapegoat more times than not, and it's just unfortunate this loss cost them a game and a coach all in one. But at least it was only the former in Houston, because the Rockets' choke job was equally as catastrophic, and same as the Kings, they had control of the game at the start of the fourth off momentum plays. Şengün had that nasty cross to punch it on Randall, and men kept eating on that backside, and the team was threeing it throughout, so they were up 16 in the last 5 minutes. But as seen around the league, they got a little complacent, and this reminded me of the Kings' choke job against the Nuggets, because the Wolves converted on 9 straight possessions to win it. They just capitalized by constantly getting downhill to collapse the defense for sprays, so that kept leading to either a tray or them attacking a closeout, and it started with Nas and NAW, then Dante did the same thing. Once the momentum started shifting, the Rockets tried to slow the game down with their 2-man game as the Wolves were playing fast, but it eventually caught up to them, and it was as simple as Fred missing his looks and Şengün splitting 2 pairs at the line. He's probably got one of the most severe cases of the free throw plague I've ever seen, because this is a consistent issue for him, and what made those even worse was them playing good defense on the Wolves' last possession. It was basically broken from their reds, but Ant threw a tough one that Fred couldn't match right after, and that was a fitting end to their meltdown. Just watch the tape.
Shoots the off-balance 3. Oh, he made it! You just talked about it! Off-balance heave for 3.